Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grew again. And I just wanted to tell you that today we got a very special guest, and her name is Kate Amundsen, and she stars in a movie called Donna Stronger Than Pretty. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing her. I'm really looking forward to talking to Kate, and it should be a fun interview. And I'm looking forward to all of you listening and sharing your thoughts. So let's get started. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. Welcome to Groove. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
being
much for
back.
having me.
All right. So how's everything been with the way this world's been now, all crazy
Yeah, definitely been
virus?
crazy this last year, I would say. But I am grateful because work is picking up. There were definitely some dead months there right at the beginning, and I'm sure we're
Mhm.
all experiencing that. So
Oh
that was pretty rough, adjusting, which I'm sure we all had that period. Um,
yeah.
so getting in the groove of things now, and work is starting to pick back up just a little bit, and not all the way, but I think the industry is adjusting, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, good. How did you find out uh, uh, about the film Donna, and how did you get cast for it?
Um, so it was just an audition. It was years ago. It's funny because I was actually working on a lot of email interviews today, so now I have a better sense of like the timeline of the whole film, which is good. But I think it was back in 2015 that I had the audition. And it was actually just for the staged reading at first, and I didn't expect anything of it. But they wanted me to play the lead, and I remember the day that I got the email, and I was like, "Wow, this is a really big deal." So we worked on the stage reading, which was a bit unusual, just because it wasn't your typical stage reading. Jarrett Martino is our director, and he wanted it to be more of a. It almost felt like a play because he wanted people to be off book, and we had to block the stage a bit, and so we had like our places during part of it. So it was pretty full on. And then in 2016, he kept me on as Donna for the short film. And, because all the while I'm crossing my fingers hoping that he'll keep me on for the feature film. And you never know in this industry, you really don't,
Yeah.
if a project will actually be made. So yeah, he kept me on for the feature film. And then we shot that in 2018, the summer of 2018 to be exact. And it was just totally a dream come true. And playing this role has just been so awesome for me. Total dream come true.
Oh, nice. Oh wow. So this was actually filmed two years ago or 3 years
Yes, I
ago.
cannot believe
Oh.
that much time has passed. It's like it must have been 2019, but it was actually 2018. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I looked at it and I'm pretty sure it was the summer of 2018. I know it was a while ago. Time just like disappears.
Oh, right, exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild.
Tell us about the film and about your role as Donna.
So Jarrett wrote a script with Pat Branch all about his mother's life and her experience with his father in a domestically abusive relationship
Hmm.
that kind of was totally unexpected. She did grow up as a girl witnessing her parents' relationship, which wasn't so healthy. So there's generational trauma there as well. And so it was basically a script just to an ode to his mother, who we actually lost this last year, unfortunately. So that just makes the film that much more important to be telling about her life. And so we just follow her as she finds her voice, and which I think is so timely and important right now for women to find the strength and to be their own hero. We're so
Right.
used to seeing in films like men saving the day, and it's just not that way anymore.
I
It's like
know.
women, you know we got to take care of ourselves. So Yeah, so it's about her finding her voice, I say that,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh
And
wow.
I get to play her, which is great.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What what scene did you like? I mean, if you're allowed to talk about what scene did you like the most from filming that?
Oh, what scene did I like the most? Honestly, there were so many days where I just felt like I was on a high, like doing exactly what I love.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was one scene where we were shooting on the beach, and it was Donna and her two best friends. And I think having that support from her best friends was really important. And I definitely felt the vibes that day from not just, the cast but also from the crew. I think we were all kind of like, wow, this is such a special moment, because the beaches out there are just absolutely gorgeous.
Oh wow.
And we were walking along, I think it was like sunset, so the light was super pretty. And it was just this really sweet moment of her being with her best friends and her best friends supporting her through hard times. And I think, we all need that. So I
Oh.
think that was definitely one of my favorites, but I have so many favorites. So that's the first one that comes to mind.
Wow, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think young moms can learn from seeing this film?
Oh boy. Um, we've had a lot of women approach Jarrett and
Mm-hmm.
myself saying, I know this story, I've lived this story, and have been there themselves. It's a really common, circumstance, unfortunately. And, I think just witnessing maybe another woman going through it herself and knowing that she came out the other end is inspiring for other women to see if they're in the same scenario. That yes, leaving a dangerous partner can be very dangerous, and it oftentimes is the most dangerous part of an abusive relationship is the actual leaving of it. And so there's a lot of strategizing involved, and it's complicated. And I think Jarrett really just wants to send the message out that it's possible, um, to leave and be safe doing it, and there are resources out there. So yeah, that's just kind of what we're supportive of.
Okay, okay. And any fan, man, woman who actually go and see the film or rent it or buy it, uh, what what would you like the fans to take from seeing this film?
I think a sense of hope, I guess, I would love people to have after coming out of it. Like I think we're so used to seeing films about domestic violence in such a
Mm,
limited way. And I think this kind of shows it in a more complex way. And to really have women be able to see themselves in the film. So I think I would just really want, and men, I mean, this happens to men as well. So
yeah,
it's not just women. So I guess I just want people to have hope coming out of the film.
nice. Right. And you you played a young mom in the film. The from what I read, the person you play is an uh uh Italian mom,
Hmm.
and I'm Italian, and I know
Are
like
you?
I am.
Yay! Did it read to you?
Yeah,
The Italian vibe, the big family,
yeah, exactly.
all that.
And
Is it the family on the wall there in the back?
it is actually, yeah.
Perfect. Oh my God, amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
except for the one picture's big wrestler that I met, Sting, and
Stop it. That's so cool. My boyfriend loves wrestling and all that, so I'm gonna have
yeah,
to ask him about him.
yeah, that's the guy back there with his face all painted up.
Oh my God, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, but,
That's awesome.
yeah, like I know all about like big Italian families, and
Yeah.
what the like now they've gotten better, but like the old school
Hmm.
Italians, that they've been known for, for being in relationships,
Hmm.
abusive ones, and
Right.
there's a lot of young women that are still involved with those type of
Yes.
men, and like what advice or tips can can you give these young women to try to steer away from like getting out of that relationship?
Yeah. I mean, I think first and foremost to know that you're not alone. I mean, this um, abuse has been going on for hundreds of years. I
Hmm.
mean, my mom teaches the Victorian period, and even back then, laws were written to protect the man and not the woman. And
Oh wow.
essentially, during that time, the woman was almost property. And so, like, this has been going on for many, many years. You're not alone. And we're still working it out. You know, society has a long way to go. So, you know, I'm not an expert on domestic violence. I learned
Yeah.
as much as I could, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But you know, there are warning signs, and I would say, you know, we partnered with the NCADV, which is the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. That website has all kinds of tips and things to look out for in relationships. I think the main thing it kind of touches upon, I was just kind of skimming through it just to refresh my memory, is like the dynamic of a relationship is where in an unhealthy relationship is where one person is really seeking all the power and all the control, and that's, I guess, the main thing you want to look out for is you know, if they're trying to be controlling in
Hmm.
ways that can oftentimes at the beginning feel like, oh, I'm special, you know, but maybe that's not so great.
Right.
um, so there are plenty of things to look out for, and plenty of resources out there to learn about it.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, because I know someone. I was friends with someone. It was a guy. He was in a relationship with
Hmm.
another guy, and the guy that he was dating would be very ab abusive towards him, and me and a couple other friends like got him out of that living
Wow.
issue, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Right. And the other thing is that they try to isolate their victim and get them
hmm,
away from their friends, get them away from their
hmm.
close relationships that are the things that give them power. And so I guess that's a warning sign to look out for too.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And
Did your friend make it out okay, I hope?
oh yeah, yeah, he's fine now. He's with another guy, and the guy is awesome, and
Great.
yeah, it was actually good. It was
Yes.
it was good for him.
Good.
Yeah.
No, and that's the other aspect of you know, this abuse is that the abuser needs help too. We're
Hmm.
not trying to just leave them out in the cold. They
Yeah,
need to go
exactly.
through therapy or whatever it takes, you know, because this is oftentimes what they've witnessed growing up.
Hmm.
So it doesn't excuse it, but it's definitely something that I think, you know, we have to look at as a society.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you could tell Mateo I'm always talking with my hands. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I have a small amount of Sicilian Italian,
Oh,
I
get out.
think,
Nice.
that my dad has told me about. So it's in there somewhere. It's in there.
You see, you have a little bit, and plus you play someone who's Italian, so it all works out, right?
Yes, exactly. It's so fun. I mean, it was so fun, you know, playing with this big family, but I will also say that it was,
Mhm.
you know, kind of intimidating at first because when you're just reading a script, you just see name after name after name, and you're like, who are all these people? How am I connected to all these people? And what is my relationship with that person? So I will say it was very intimidating until those parts were actually cast. And then I could be like, okay, you're this person, you're this person. Like, this is my relationship with you. It was quite daunting, I will say. But once they were actually human beings, you could actually figure out the whole dynamic of the relationship and the families and all that. Because it's not just my family, it was also Nick's family, and he had a large family as well. So it was like so many characters were involved, so many actors were involved. So classic Italian, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely the big family, the big dinners.
Yes, that was the. I will say that was probably one of the other really fun parts, and one of the really fun scenes was the family scene at the dinner table,
Hmm.
and you know, being surrounded by love. It was funny because it was a really hot day that day, when I think it was the day that she graduates from college, and they're all celebrating, and it's this beautiful moment, and the air conditioning had to be off for sound, and we're all just like sweating so bad, and we're like dancing and celebrating, and I was like, this is just so ridiculous. But it was so fun, and I think it was almost like one of the last days we were shooting too, so there was something really special about it. But
Okay.
just to dance and celebrate was just so perfect for the moment.
Nice. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, not the part of you sweating without the air
Yeah, I
conditioning, but
know. It was almost hilarious to me. I was like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. You could like see the sweat on other people. Like everyone was just like sweating like crazy. It was amazing.
um, you were on a show that I absolutely love.
Oh yeah?
Shameless. You were on
Uh-huh.
the show, and
That's right.
how did you wind up getting the gig to be on Shameless? And before you got the gig, did you watch any episodes of the show?
I did end up watching it. I think it may have been after the fact,
Okay.
just to kind of get a sense of the story. I of course know that it's a huge show that a lot of people love. So I was very excited to get on that. I want to say it was a really quick audition. I think I was the first person to go in. The
Nice.
director was in there, and I could just feel it. And sometimes you can just feel those things. And I was like, okay, I killed that one. And the vibes were really good in the room. So, I was super stoked to be able to get on 2 episodes of that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
starring opposite Lip, the character Lip, which was really
Hmm.
fun. So I got some really fun scenes out of that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
For for anyone who didn't see you on the show, tell them about who you play on the show, and all that.
Okay, so I think it was a few seasons back, I want to say.
Hmm.
Uh, Maybe 2 seasons back.
Okay.
I play when so Lip is starting a new job, and I actually play his boss, and we're involved in some scheme that's not so good. I think at the point he's like trying to get his life back on track,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so then he gets wound up with us, and it was me and 2 other actors who kind of played his boss, and then we end up getting caught, and then we end up getting kicked out of our job. And so the final scene is me asking Lip to take care of my Pomeranian while I'm in jail. So that was a pretty good one. And that dog was very cute. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun getting arrested.
I mean, if you watch that show, like everyone on that show has either been arrested or busted for
Yes,
drugs or sleeping with
everyone's getting into
everyone in the
trouble
town.
all the time. That's the appeal of it, right?
Exactly.
Like, what crazy crap are they gonna do now?
The the one actor from that show I absolutely love. Did you get a chance to talk to the one who plays Ian Gallagher, Cameron Monaghan?
I did not.
Okay.
I did meet I'm totally blanking on his name. The lead of the show.
Oh,
Um
William
why am I
William
blanking on his
Macy.
name? Sorry, what?
William Macy.
Yes,
Frank.
yes, William H. Macy. He
Yeah.
was very kind, very, very, very kind. He introduced himself to me right away. He calls himself Bill, and just total good vibes all around. Like really great set to be on. It was such a great experience. But uh, I'm trying to remember his full name. I should actually know this, but Lip's character, I want to say his name is Jeremy Allen. Oh,
Jeremy.
that's it.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Hmm.
Allen White.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he
That's
was the
it.
one that I did most of the scenes with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, being on a show like that, was there any funny behind the scenes stories that happened when the cameras weren't rolling?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think the highlight really was the arrest. I don't know why, but because we were just like cracking up, enjoying the process of that, and like, oh, did it look real that time? Like,
Yeah,
did we
yeah.
really, like you were like, I think there was one time where the cop was like, oh, I was really yanking you around that time. And I was like, yeah, you were. That was good. I was like, keep doing that. So to make it more dramatic. So I think that was probably the most fun.
Um, it's about the you were on two shows, I think, and one episode each, Game Shakers and
hmm
Stitchers, was it?
Years. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Um, Game Shakers was a lot of fun. That was with gosh, I really got to be better about remembering names. But Game Shakers, that was with Keenan, and I grew up watching Keenan and Kel on Nickelodeon,
Mhm.
so that was such a trip being able to
Nice.
act with him. And again, everyone was super nice on set, and he was very nice, and so I felt very comfortable and really enjoyed that experience. And I got to play his kind of upscale, glittery girlfriend, and so I'm wearing this like sparkling dress, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Um, and then Stitchers, the episode I was on was called Perfect, and this is interesting. I am the owner of a factory that makes dolls, which are basically sex dolls.
Oh no.
And so the whole scenario of that episode was a murder has happened, of course, and they're trying to figure out who it was, and it ends up being my husband, giving away the whole episode basically right now. But so that was a really interesting episode to shoot, and really fun. And she's kind of this badass chick owning this store, and she loves it and she enjoys it. She's like, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So hey, yeah, that was a lot of
Nice, nice. Um, my my slate grew deals with like a lot of horror films, and I want to know
fun.
if you're a horror fan at all, and
I
if you.
am.
Oh, okay, nice. So, what are your top five favorite horror films of all time?
Top five. Oh my gosh, I wish you had given me time to think about this.
Okay.
Oh my God. Well, the ones that really scared me, which see, I'm gonna forget all the names now. I just watched one from the 70s, which was the Last House on the Left
Oh,
recently.
yes,
Do you remember
yes,
that one?
that is
An older
crazy.
one,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
know.
amazing, and it was really risque for the time. I think
Hmm.
I was reading all about it, and I think they couldn't show it for a long time because it was so gruesome. It was so, for that time, it was just wild for them to be making a film like that.
Oh, yeah,
And
exactly.
I kind of love that vintage feel of films.
Hmm.
Like you can see the grain in the film itself, and I love that. And the colors
Right?
were really popping. I really loved that film quite a bit. And even though it's like obviously shocking and
Yeah.
crazy, but that was a great one. That was a recent one that I watched. Uh, the paranormal movies are just
Nice. Nice.
those really scared me quite a lot. So I, I don't know if I liked them because they scared me so much, but those were great. They did the job, they did the trick of really
Exactly.
scaring me. um, what's another one? Oh, my friend Jessica Roth was in the Happy Death Day
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
So I gotta say that because she's awesome and she did a
Okay.
great job in them, and those were a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Gosh, how many is that now? Three?
Yeah.
I need two more here. Uh, oh man. I kind of just love the old classics. I
Okay.
love, kind of where horror started from and originated from. And, just watching those and see how that horror can become this way of illuminating society to us in a different way,
Hmm.
in a more fantastical way, which that's always kind of what I've been drawn to with horrors.
Okay.
Um, I actually am in post production for a short horror film right now,
Nice.
which I'm super excited to share with the world. I just did ADR on it. So that should be coming out soon. I know he wants to get it into festivals soon.
Oh, nice.
So I'll definitely have to share that with you since you're a horror
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, definitely.
Really excited about that one.
Okay.
So
What?
that's my fifth favorite one.
There you go.
No, I
What-
missed number four.
Number four could be classic horrors, like you were saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
there it is.
just classify that like Exorcist, Omen, Halloween, and all
Yes,
that.
Carrie. I'll make
Barry.
Carrie my number four. That was
Okay,
a great one. That was a great one.
uh, what's the name of the horror short that you're gonna be in?
It's called Almond Wood,
Okay.
and it is about a woman in a relationship that's not going so great, which is actually very similar to Donna
What
in
you're
really
playing now?
weird ways. But it ends quite differently, and I will
Okay.
not give that away.
Well, yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
W- I mean, I'm sure you would love to be in like a full length horror film.
I would. I really would. That is on the list of things that I want to do for sure. I
Okay.
always wonder, when you're shooting a horror film, if you really
Mm-hmm.
get spooked.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I wonder about it all the time. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to have that experience.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Is there any hidden talents that you have that fans might not know about?
Hidden talents. Definitely throughout the pandemic, I have been re revisiting my love of tennis.
Oh, nice.
My grandfather is a tennis champ, and we have a tennis court right by our house, so that's very convenient. And you don't have to get close to anyone. It's like the perfect pandemic sport. So that's definitely something, and I think I've gotten quite good at it.
Oh,
So
okay. There you go.
um, that's definitely a hidden talent, I would say.
Nice. And what do you like to do for fun when you're not acting or playing tennis?
Oh my God, I was like, tennis. I really love watching old films. Um, I love anything on the Criterion Channel. So I've been doing a lot of that. And what do I like doing for fun? I like doing yoga.
Okay, there you go.
Yoga is definitely a go-to. Get really zen. I like writing and journaling. That's really fun. I like taking my acting classes over Zoom, which has been interesting.
Nice.
Um, just going for walks, being outside. I think that's really important, especially during this time.
Oh,
Get
exactly.
outside and get some vitamin D. So, yeah, hiking. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Are there any shows that you've been watching a lot, binge watching on Netflix or Hulu or
Yes.
something?
So I wonder, because this is kind of in the horror realm, I want to say.
Okay.
Search Party on HBO.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
So it originally TBS did it, and it was in
Okay.
2016 that it came out, but I think HBO just acquired it. So, and all my friends are watching it. I was like, what is this? I watched it. Now I'm totally hooked. There's murder involved. And so, yeah, it could be right up your alley.
Okay, there you go. Wow,
Yeah.
okay. I found a show to watch now.
Yes. It's like comedy horror.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I think it does a really great job of balancing the two. So, yeah, it's great. I highly recommend it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And who's currently on your like playlist of music?
Of music. Oh my gosh. I was recently listening to Lana Del Rey again.
Okay.
I had a big phase of Nancy Sinatra recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kind of love, as I said before, old stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go.
I grew up adoring Judy Garland, so that's
Okay.
probably where this all began.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
and I'm trying to learn a bit about jazz at the moment. So, listening to that, and it's just gorgeous. We're actually doing a thing where we go through all our records. Um, and trying to sift through them because my boyfriend has so many. But it's such a great way to get to know an artist is just listening to the full length thing, which people
Oh,
don't do
dang.
anymore. So yeah, you really get a sense for the artist, and that's been really fun.
Oh, sweet. Nice. And during quarantine, what was your favorite junk food to eat?
Junk food?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have so many. One I've recently discovered is Boom Chicka Pop. Do you know that popcorn?
Yeah, I do.
It's really good. I think it's like almost a trend. It's like a cool snack to like or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I really
Mm-hmm.
do like it. It's really good. So
Okay.
that's been a go-to. And chocolate. I mean, you can never go wrong with chocolate.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Right, exactly. So, is there anything coming out soon for you? I mean, you have the horror short coming out. Is there anything else coming out that was put on hold?
Yes, there's another film that I'm in called American Desert, and I know that's making the festival runs right now. I'm not quite sure what their plan is, but I know that it's been in a few festivals now and it's getting good feedback, so that's really
Nice.
exciting. Another one that I worked on is Lauren and Rose, which I think that may have been put on hold because I think he was trying to release it last year, the director, Russell. So I think he's maybe pushing that back. Maybe that's the strategy. I think lots of things are getting pushed back right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
But it's good to have things that are coming out and something to look forward to. So yeah, keep an
Yeah,
eye out for those.
definitely will. Wow. Uh, where where can fans find you at online?
I am on Instagram at Kate Awesomson. It's kind of hard to spell, but if you just search my name, I'm on there.
Okay.
And I am on Twitter. I don't use it that often. And I just, started a website. So
Sweet.
kateamundsen.com. So I'm trying to keep that updated.
Okay, sweet. Wow.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Thank you so much for coming on, and you have to definitely talk about wrestling with your boyfriend
Yes.
about Sting.
Yes. I will. That's amazing. Sting, you said his name is Sting?
Sting, yeah,
Okay,
just
okay.
like
I'm gonna ask about him.
the guy who sings with the police.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, it was really nice meeting you too, talking to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
All
Have a good
right.
night.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.